Right, welcome, guys, to the Apprentice Angle episode 9. Now, we're really flying through these weekly editions now, so we're not far off the big double figures. 10th episode next week, and it's been a very busy week. We'll start off by talking about Saturday at Newmarket, as we always do. I was there at the weekend, a very nice, relaxed meeting, the second glance meeting to go besides Newbury's Lockinge meeting. And a couple of things that are worth talking about. Look, Jabara was a very smart performance in the first race, the opening race, which has thrown up some nice classic winners in the past. I think the last two winners of that opening novice race have gone on to win the 1,000 guineas, being Cachet in 2022 and more. She won the 1,000 guineas just a couple of weeks ago at Newmarket on the Rolly Mile for Godolphin and Asheen Murphy. The way in which Jabara picked up, it was very impressive, and you can only think that if she progresses well throughout the course of the summer, she might well end up being back at the Rowley Mile for some of those nice Group 1 2 year old sprints, possibly a Cheveley Park or even the Middle Park, maybe in the late autumn, possibly for her. But she looks a very smart filly, and hopefully she'll go on to progress and show how smart she can be. In that opening race, I did thought Oops was very much a horse for the tracker, though. She was a very big eye catcher in that. She travelled through the race okay, went into the dip slightly unbalanced, but came into met the rising ground, and it all just seemed to fall into place. And she finished off quite well. She finished off like a train to finish fourth, and she was jig jogging back in afterwards. By the looks of it, didn't have much of a race at all, and she'd be very much the one alongside Jabara to take out that race. And you'd think the track record the races had in the last couple of years that those two could be potentially two smart fillies going forward, and also performance from the Johnny Portman horse in second as well. So she could be something to look forward to for Johnny, who of course was ever so well with Miss Danvers not too long ago when she won the Super Sprint and some nice sales races in the early part of her 2 year old career. I think in 2019, I want to say it was quite recent, but she was a very good small little pocket rocket filly. But for a cheap buy, she was very good. Now, moving into the start of the week last Monday, we go all the way back to Monday and the opening apprentice handicap on Catterick's card, and it went the way of Obijo went the way of Obijo, sorry, for Tim Easterby and Brandon Wilkie. Now, Brandon himself's based with Tim Easterby, so it was a nice win for him being his boss. And Brandon had a quiet season last year and went down to Australia for a large part of the winter. And I do believe this is Brandon's first winner of his season, so it's great for Brandon. And Obijo won quite cosily at the end as well. Moving into Windsor as well on Monday, Miss Bella Brand won again for Benoit de la Salle and Ilka Gansira Levesque as well. They teamed up to win a couple of weeks ago at Doncaster on soft ground, and she won again very, very comfortably here. And it looks as though black type might be the next stop for her in terms of her progression. This was a class three at Windsor last Monday, and I think she can definitely move up into listed company possibly and gain some valuable black type. Benoit had a nice winner yesterday at Ripon as well. And I do believe he's only two away from riding out his claim, which is fantastic for him. And it just goes to show how much of a talent Benoit is. He's really lit up our screens last summer as well, winning the title last summer, and he's off to a fantastic start this season as well. Only two now away from riding out his claim. And also in that final race, that Windsor card last Monday, Sparks Fly won again for the David Locknane team under another nice ride by Laura Pearson. And I think Royal Ascot could be on that filly's agenda, seeing how quickly she's progressed up the handicap ranks. You'd only think she might step into a listed or pattern company. And I think a nice race at Royal Ascot might be on her agenda. I don't think there'll be too many 2 year old races between now and then for her, considering how quickly she's gone up in the handicap ranks too. So Royal Ascot could be very much on Sparks Fly's agenda in the not too distant future next month. Now moving into Tuesday, Platinum Girl was a very cosy winner in the end. I think a shade cosily for Sean Kiran and Tim Easterby at Wetherby. Sean himself, we've mentioned him the last couple of weeks, had a very good start to his season, still claiming his £3. And again, it was a very nice winner for him to get on the ball for Tim Easterby, who provided him, of course, with the Ripon Silver Sprint Trophy win a couple of weeks ago there. So it's only built to what's been a fantastic start to Sean's season. And this again was another nice winner. The Alice Haynes 2 year olds are on red hot form at the moment. It seems as though every 2 year old Alice Haynes sends out, they win. And Profitable Dreams here got up in the shadows of the post to get up on top of the line to win for Christian Howarth. And we've spoke about Christian a couple of times now in the last few episodes. He's a jockey who still claims his £5, but it's going on a nice upward curve so far this season. And it's again a nice outside ride for him to get for Alice Haynes. And it was a nice winner for both of them to combine and team up as well. Course regular on that Chepstow card, Connie's Rose denied another course regular, Rhubarb, by a short head in the handicap there for Callum Hutchinson. Another nice win for Callum, still claiming his £3. That was a welcome winner too. He's been on the sort of cold list the last couple of weeks, and that was a welcome winner for him. And also Sympathise won again under Rhiannon Ingram here. A very nice positive front running ride from her. She's now got herself an agent, slowly building up some nice contacts, and I'm sure she'll be well in demand for a £3 claim going forward. And Sympathise for Victor Dartnell again has been a very consistent performer over the last couple of months, transferring that good all-weather form onto the turf now. And this is a very nice, comfortable performance up on the front end on the straight course at Chepstow. Moving into Wednesday as well, Pink Lily finished off strongly to win well for Alec Wojcicki and Richard Hammond at Bath on Wednesday evening. A filly who looks to be progressing quite nicely as well. I'm sure she'll go in again in the not too distant future. As we mentioned before in the last couple of episodes as well, Alex started this season off very well, and this is a welcome winner for him. And also in the final race, it was quite a thriller, the final race at Bath on Wednesday. Obama Army just got up right on top of the line here to deny 3 bars and Tyrese Cameron. A good winner for George Bass too, who again we've mentioned quite a lot so far this series as a young jockey who's going on an upward curve, claiming his £3. He's had plenty of winners so far, lots of good opportunities as well. And Obama Army looks to be a horse who could probably go in again on his mark as well. Looking ahead to Thursday, there was a couple of apprentice handicaps here. A Hands and Hills one kicked off the card at Salisbury. It went away of Red Robin for Liam Wright and trainer Malcolm Saunders. Liam's had a quiet start to his season, which has come as a little bit of a surprise, but he's got a nice winner here under his belt, and I think that can kick him on now. He'll do his confidence the world of good. A real strong Hands and Hills aggressive ride up on the front end as well. And Red Robin just hung on as well from a late thrust from George Edery in second place. But as I said before, Liam's a good young jockey on the up, and I hope this will do his confidence the world of good. And we might hopefully see him back in the Wiz enclosure in the not too distant future. But also on the card at Newmarket on Thursday, it was very much the Harry Davies show. He had 4 rides, a second, and 3 winners. Those 3 winners being English Rose for Godolphin, a nice winner for Charlie Fellows, and also Fox Journey winning well on handicap debut for King Power Racing and Sir Michael Stout. Harry has got big ambitions coming up in the not too distant future. Royal Ascot on the horizon now. I think it's going to be all systems go in an attempt to get that first Royal Ascot winner. He came very close last year to riding a Royal Ascot winner when Nymphadora just got touched off by Latin Lover in one of those big handicaps on the card last year. I'm pretty confident with Harry. Still got his £3 claim. I think he needs about 18 more winners, I think it is now, to ride out his claim. It seems to be all systems go to try and ride out that claim at Royal Ascot now as well. And that can look, that's definitely achievable for Harry. And these were 3 good rides here. English Rose looks a very smart filly, and the way Fox Journey won a handicap debut shows that he's a nice progressive horse too. Went into the dip unbalanced, but met the rising ground and pulled away very impressively, with a sign of being a very nice horse going forward into handicap company as well. So it was an all-round good night for Harry as well, as he looks to try and build his season up, going into Royal Ascot and beyond as well. And also, it was a welcome winner for Luke Catton as well. Quinnell won on Thursday evening. He also won on Saturday for Michael Gianni quite comfortably as well. So it was a fantastic bit of placing by Stuart Williams to get those 2 quick fire successes. And Luke himself had a good start to his season, as we mentioned before. And Stuart's shown good faith in him, being his retained boss. And this was a nice win from a horse who looked to be well ahead of his mark by winning on Thursday and, of course, on Saturday before he gets reassessed later on in the week. Moving into Friday, there was a couple of nice apprentice handicaps here. One at Newmarket, which was a Hands and Hill series, and one on Friday at Newbury, which wasn't a Hands and Hill series, I don't think. And the one on Newbury went away with Olivia Tubb aboard Mabra for David Evans. We haven't spoke about Olivia too much recently on this series, but she's had a nice couple of winners so far for Gabe Kellaway. Likes to move on up. It's been a very nice horse to her at Chelmsford over the course of the winter. And I think it's Olivia's 5th or 6th career winner, which has been fantastic for her. She's definitely on the up. And it was a very nice ride from a jockey who looks to be taking us, who's doing very well at the moment. And also a first Newmarket winner for Sophie Clements as well, who won the Apprentice Hands and Hills handicap called Epic Express, I should say, getting up right on top of the line here. Sophie herself is based with Nigel Tinkler up in the north, I do believe, so it's fantastic for her to get her first Newmarket winner. A track like Newmarket's always a special place to ride at, and to get her first winner there must have been fantastic for her. And also, with a bit of a shock later on the card at Newbury on Friday, Thunderball won quite comfortably under Mohamed Tabti. He's had a very good run of it so far this season as well. Really starting to get hit a bit of form now as Mohamed. And Thunderball pulled away quite comfortably to win by about 5 or 6 lengths. A bit of a shock, really. He's not shown too much form in his last few runs. But it was a good win for Mohamed, who, as I said before, now is only, I think, 1 away from riding out at £7 claim, going down to the £5. And I think once he gets down to his £5, he'll be very much one jockey to follow. And finally, on Saturday, the Apprentice handicap up at Doncaster, turned into an absolute procession, with Divine Comedy bolting up here by 11 lengths for Kaya Fraser and Harry Eustace. It was an absolute rout in the end. He won very, very comfortably, eased down at the line as well. The Harry Eustace team were in very good form. They had a nice winner at Newbury on Friday as well. Carried that form into Saturday as well at Doncaster. And Kai has done very well since switching from Chris Wall. Unfortunately, had to retire from training due to the ongoing financial current strains that some trainers are having as well at the moment. Martin Smith, the next Newmarket trainer, to fall by the wayside, unfortunately, as well. But Kai has really benefited from moving to the Harry Eustace team, and this is a very nice performance from Divine Comedy.